Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most debated topics in basketball history, the greatest NBA players who never won the MVP award. Winning an MVP is one of the highest individual honors in the league, but some all-time legends never got their hands on that trophy. Whether it was bad timing, tough competition, or just bad luck, these players were still dominant forces on the court. Let's count down the top 20 NBA players who never won the MVP. Starting off at number 20, we have Chris Paul. CP3 is one of the greatest floor generals of all time, with incredible basketball IQ and leadership. Despite multiple All-NBA selections and leading teams to deep playoff runs, he's never taken home the MVP. At 19, we have Patrick Ewing, the heart and soul of the New York Knicks in the 90s. Ewing was a dominant force on both ends of the floor, but played in an era stacked with legends like Jordan, Hakeem, and Malone. Coming in at 18, one of the greatest shooters of all time, Ray Allen. Before Steph Curry, there was Jesus Shuttlesworth. Allen was a scoring machine, but his peak years were overshadowed by other superstars. At 17, Flash himself, Dwyane Wade. Wade was the heart of the Miami Heat's championship runs, but playing alongside LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal meant he never got the MVP recognition he deserved. At 16, the human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins. Neek was one of the most electrifying scorers of his era, but playing in the same league as Bird, Magic, and Jordan made it tough for him to win MVP. At 15, Clyde Drexler. A smooth scorer and elite athlete, Drexler was a key part of the Trailblazers and Rockets, but he was always overshadowed by Michael Jordan. At 14, the legendary Elgin Baylor. Baylor was one of the most dominant forwards of his era, but he played in the same league as Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, making it nearly impossible to win MVP. At 13, Jason Kidd, one of the greatest point guards of all time. Kidd was a triple-double machine and a floor general, but his lack of scoring prowess kept him from MVP contention. At 12, the Iceman, George Gervin. Gervin was one of the most prolific scorers of his era, but his teams never had enough success to push him into the MVP conversation. At 11, Chris Webber, the leader of the iconic Sacramento Kings. Webber was a versatile big man who could do it all, but injuries and tough competition kept him from winning MVP. At number 10, Scottie Pippen. Pippen was the ultimate sidekick to Michael Jordan and one of the greatest two-way players ever, but playing alongside MJ meant he never got MVP consideration. At 9, the all-time assist leader, John Stockton. Stockton was the engine of the Utah Jazz, but his unselfish play and lack of flash kept him from winning MVP. At 8, Reggie Miller, one of the greatest shooters and clutch performers of all time. Miller carried the Pacers for years, but his teams never had enough success for him to win MVP. At 7, the glove, Gary Payton. Payton was one of the best defensive guards of all time and a fantastic scorer, but he played in an era dominated by Jordan and Hakeem. At 6, Isaiah Thomas, the heart and soul of the Bad Boy Pistons. Thomas was a fierce competitor and leader, but his style of play and team-first mentality kept him from winning MVP. Before we get into the top 5, let's give a shout-out to some honorable mentions. Players like Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and Bernard King were incredible talents who just missed the cut. Now, let's jump into the list. At number 5, Kyrie Irving. A magician with the ball and a scoring machine, Kyrie has had MVP-level moments, but never won the award. At number 4, Manu Ginobili. One of the greatest international players ever, Manu was a key part of the Spurs dynasty. His unselfish play style likely cost him an MVP. At number 3, John Havlicek, one of the most versatile players in NBA history. Hondo was a key part of the Celtics dynasty, but he never won MVP. At 2, the Big E, Elvin Hayes. Hayes was a scoring and rebounding machine, but he played in the same era as Kareem and Dr. J, making it tough for him to win MVP. And finally at number 1, we have the logo himself, Jerry West. West was one of the most clutch players of all time, but playing in the same era as Wilt and Russell kept him from winning MVP. So, there you have it, the top 20 NBA players who never won the MVP. Do you agree with the list? Who do you think deserved an MVP but never got one? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more NBA content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.